Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Re-Education of Terry. Today, I want to continue our discussion on Social Security. So, this is part two. Social Security is more than just a safety net, it's a foundation for a secure future, and understanding how it works will help you plan for tomorrow. To estimate your benefits, you can regularly check your Social Security statement online. It will give you an idea of how much you could receive when the time comes. So, who's eligible for Social Security benefits? Well, there are different types of benefits for different situations. Mostly workers who become eligible for retirement benefits when they reach the age of 62. But that's not the only way Social Security helps. If you start taking benefits at 62, your payments will be smaller. But if you wait until full retirement age or even beyond, you'll receive a higher monthly payment. Social Security can also provide financial assistance to families. For example, spouses or dependent children of workers who have passed away may be eligible for survivors' benefits. Social Security also provides disability benefits for individuals who are unable to work due to illness or injury. To apply for Social Security benefits, you'll need to visit your local Social Security office or apply online. It is important to keep track of your work history as it affects how much you receive when it's time to claim your benefits. Age requirement. A spouse can begin receiving Social Security benefits as early as 62, although the benefit amount will be reduced if they start early. The full unreduced amount or benefit can be received when the spouse reaches the full retirement age, which is between 66 and 67, depending on the birth year. If the spouse waits to claim benefits until after their full retirement age, which can be up to 70, the benefits will be increased. Marital status. The spouse must be married to someone who is eligible for Social Security benefits and who has either retired or is eligible for disability benefits. The marriage must have lasted at least 1 year for a spouse to claim benefits based on their partner's record. Spousal benefit amount. The spousal benefit is generally up to 50% of the worker's full retirement age benefit. If the spouse claimed benefits before reaching the full age, the amount will be reduced. If the worker has already passed away, the surviving spouse may be eligible for survivor's benefits, which could be a higher amount than a regular spousal benefit. Other conditions. If the spouse is eligible for their own Social Security benefits based on their own work record, they will typically receive the higher of the two benefits, their own or the spousal benefits. However, they cannot combine both benefits. In summary, a living spouse can begin claiming Social Security benefits as early as age 62 and up to age 70 for higher payments, provided they meet the eligibility requirements, such as being married for at least 1 year and their spouse having earned Social Security benefits. A divorced spouse. Yes, a divorced spouse can be eligible to receive Social Security benefits based on their ex spouse's work record under certain conditions. Here are the key requirements. Marriage duration. The marriage must have lasted at least 10 years before the divorce. The divorced spouse must be 62 or older to claim Social Security benefits based on the ex spouse's record. If they are under full retirement age, which is between 66 and 67, depending on their birth year, their benefits will be reduced. They can start claiming benefits as early as 62, but the benefit amount will be at a lower rate. The ex spouse must be eligible for Social Security benefits. They must be at least 62 years old, retired, or disabled. However, the ex spouse does not need to have already started receiving benefits for the divorced spouse to be eligible. The divorced spouse can claim benefits even if their ex has not yet claimed theirs. If the divorced spouse has remarried, they cannot claim benefits based on their ex spouse's record. They would need to claim benefits based on the new spouse's records instead. If the divorced spouse remarries after age 60 or 50 if disabled, they may still be eligible for survivor's benefits from the ex spouse if the ex spouse has passed away. A divorced spouse can receive up to 50% of their ex spouse's full retirement age benefit if they claim at their full retirement age. If they claim earlier than their full retirement age, as early as 62, the benefits will be reduced. The ex spouse is not affected by the divorced spouse claiming Social Security benefits based on their work record. The benefit is calculated and paid as if the divorced spouse were married to the worker. The divorced spouse must be unmarried at the time of claiming the benefits. If remarried before age 60, they are not eligible for the divorced spouse benefits. The divorced spouse must also be able to prove that they were married for at least 10 years. If the ex spouse has passed away, the divorced spouse may be eligible for survivor's benefits. The divorced spouse can receive up to 100% of the ex spouse's benefits if they are at full retirement age or older. If claiming survivor's benefits before full age, retirement age, the amount will be reduced, and the divorced spouse can receive the survivor's benefits as early as 60. A divorced spouse can receive Social Security benefits based on their ex spouse's record. If they were married for at least 10 years, the divorced spouse is at least 62 years old, and they are not remarried. The benefits do not affect the ex spouse's Social Security benefits, and they can start receiving them as early as age 62, although the amount will be reduced if taken before full retirement age. To apply for Social Security benefits, you'll need to visit your Social Security office or apply online. It's important to keep track of your work history as it affects how much you'll receive when the time comes to claim your benefits. How Social Security compares globally. Most countries have public retirement systems, but they vary a lot. Germany, a similar pay as you go system, higher contribution rate, about 18.6%, split between the employer and the employee. Retirement age is rising to 67. France is more complex with many pension schemes by profession. Recent controversial reforms raised retirement age from 62 to 64. Sweden uses a notional defined contribution system. It's a kind of virtual personal account. Also, it has a small portion of the contribution invested into an actual financial market. Chile and other parts of Latin America moved to a fully privatized retirement accounts in the 1980s. It's faced criticism for high fees and low payouts for some retirees. Canada has a mix of a universal flat rate pension, something like Social Security. It also encourages private retirement savings through things like RRSP is similar to a 401k. The United States system is actually relatively modest. Benefits replace only about 40% of a typical worker's pre retirement income. Many other countries replace 50% or more. This concludes part two of Social Security. Remember, this is what I found. As always, I ask that you verify all information I provided at ssa.gov or by calling 1 800 772 1213. I hope this information has been helpful or will be helpful to you. As always, I ask that you like, share, and check the notification box for new content. Thank you so much, and you have a great day. Bye.